Another episode of Fantasy Shot Callers Live. I'm your host, Ben Dunna, Chef Dunna in the house. We got JT, also the Dynasty Don. What's crack lacking?
Should probably be careful with that now. Well, I guess we can rejoice since Rudy Giuliani just got arrested on RICO charges that he implemented to get rid of the mob. Ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun, huh?
Clack, clack. The mafia is not full and well, but I didn't even know that existed. But at the same time, we're here to bring you fantasy football mafia status as the Don Juan, the number one. All right, so on the docket, I guess first we can talk about the guy with the same name as the co-host here. Where's he going? Who's he meeting?
Oh,
JT,
Taylor. Apparently, they're setting the deadline for what, next Tuesday, or is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
next Tuesday.
No, Tuesday.
It's really that's going to be a tough one to pull off, I think. This kind of feels like the whole. You could go try to kind of like what the Ravens did with Lamar a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're trying to really like, what up, Amber?
Lady shot caller in his house.
I guess they're just trying to really kind of implement the whole Lamar, like how the Ravens were like, go out there and see if you can find anyone who will give you 280 mil guaranteed, yada, yada, yada. I find it, ideally, I really don't think it matters in terms of Taylor's fantasy production. Either he's going to remain a Colt, and if you're scared of Deion Jackson, then don't play fantasy.
What about Evan Hull, bro?
Oh yeah, Evan Hull. I forgot about it. What is he? A
Zach
7th
Moss?
round broken arm.
He come back soon.
So look, either the team trading for him isn't going to trade for him, pay him, and not use him, or if he stays with the Colts, it's kind of hard to see him pulling a Le'Veon Bell, as I've said with nearly every other running back. We've seen that it doesn't really work. The only fear here is, if he has a legitimate injury reason not to play, he might exercise that. But the Colts seem pretty confident that he's been cleared from that injury, and it would be an NFI situation, which not ideal. But
yeah,
I think both Jacobs and Taylor probably are in someone's starting lineup week 1.
Yeah, and look, we talked about this a little bit on Superflex Sundays, but once Saquon signed his 1-year deal, it kind of pulled the rug out from all the other running backs that were looking for deals, and subsequently we saw JK go back to practice, magically appear not on the PUP list with his pseudo injury, aka his wallet. So I really think like we could come up with all these scenarios of where he goes, but I think JT stays with the Colts.
Ultimately, yeah. It's hard to see teams with like legitimate cap room here. The Bears make a modicum of sense here. I like the Commanders trades that have been posited here, but I don't know if they're really in on that kind of move, because it seems like they're either what we have is going to work, or we're going to go for Caleb Williams. And considering Josh Harris is coming from the Philadelphia 76ers, who enabled Sam Hinkie to do trust the process, it feels unlikely that they're going to try to run it with this group, despite having a head coach in Ron Rivera, who's kind of like in a put up or shut up year. Or so it would seem. The guy has 3 winning seasons in 14 years, and he's universally beloved by the media. So,
and of course, speaking of media, the 2 teams that are surrounded by running back depth and propositions this year, that are in every trade talks and every free agent running back signing. Can you guess the 2 names? Well, I know them, so I'm not going to have you guess. the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia fucking Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are interesting. They probably have some draft capital. You know, they have a roster where it makes sense where you would kind of expend some draft capital here if you think the running back's going to put them over the top. But Howie Roseman's kind of been loath to pay running backs, especially when you could just, find a DeAndre Swift on a retread kind of value. Miami, I don't think they can afford to sacrifice draft capital. But that would be, I mean, that offense would remain a 4-4 and under offense, which would be absolutely crazy.
Who, Miami?
Yeah. I mean, you basically if you run a 4-4, that ain't good enough.
See ya. And Jonathan Taylor just makes the cut by running a 4.39, by the way. Just makes the cut, all right? He's not anything special, okay?
Yeah. Raheem Mostert doesn't have to worry.
And I think I was hearing this the other day, or maybe you were the one who was saying it, that the reason why Devon Achane is so beloved in the fantasy community for two reasons, obviously. Jeff Wilson and especially Raheem Mostert, older backs that are somewhat injury prone over the years in their existence in the NFL. And then also he fits Mike McDaniel's scheme very well. And he's able to run offset counters and be able to swing out because he's got that speed. He's not the littlest guy in this draft, but he's not a big guy.
Yeah. I mean, I like Achane much better as a best ball target. I think he could maybe swing a week here or there. But yeah, I mean, it's tough in lineup, man. I feel like he's just going to kind of be a boom or bust kind of guy there.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, Achane is 100% boom or bust. I mean, you're not spending much draft capital on him if you're drafting him through rounds 10 to 13 in redraft. And I mean, if you're drafting like next week, see what happens, right? But if they don't sign anyone, I think taking a flyer on him would be most fortuitous in those rounds, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, there you're just kind of going for high upside.
Of course.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I want Devon Achane or do I want Jimmy Garoppolo?
That's a tough one for me. So speaking of Jonathan Taylor, where in redraft, with all the malarkey that's kind of surrounding him, where are you drafting him?
Well, I mean, if you're drafting him today, if you have a draft today, which is possible, it's I was helping someone today, and Taylor's on the board, and he's he took Eckler with his first, and shout out JL Khan, thanks for coming. Day one. So back to you're at the point now where it's like, do I take Tony Pollard or do I take Jonathan Taylor? Do I take Najee Harris or do I take Jonathan Taylor? In redraft. So it's kind of like, do I want to take the big gamble here, which I'm kind of loath to do in the first 3 rounds? I want guaranteed points there. But now it becomes a legitimate question. And it's part of the fun of drafting right now, but it's also scary. I mean, especially in redraft where it's like it's now or nothing. Like in Dynasty, I don't really have an issue taking him in the third round. He might fall to the top of the 4th. But I mean, the guy's he's 24, right? He's pretty young. Even for a running back. I mean, it's not like he's ancient. I just think you're kind of at that point where it's like, do I take a second tier guy? I wouldn't mind taking Najee over Taylor right now, given the uncertainty and the belief that I have in the Pittsburgh offense being better, and just by having a substantial O-line.
Yeah,
Pollard would be a little tough for me, just because it's just so tough there with Pollard, because it's like we're all thinking he's going to get 75%
Mhm.
snap share, and I just don't think that's going to happen. And also, what the fuck happens if Taylor goes to the Cowboys? Then it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Jail Khan says, has Najee dropped for you all with how Jalen Warren has looked? You mean his one play? One play, one snap for 70-yard touchdown.
Well, it doesn't take
Draft
much.
me.
Doesn't take much to hype in the preseason.
No.
I haven't seen it. I still think Najee is too polarizing right now, where people still either love him or hate him. It's kind of interesting to watch, where it's like, you know, if someone takes him at like the 204 or the 205, people are like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. But I've seen a lot more trades for Jalen Warren. I've seen a lot more movement for Jalen Warren. I haven't really seen a Najee drop. He's kind of stabilized, you know, at the end of the second, early third.
If anything,
in
Warren's
redraft.
ADP is rising.
Yeah, no, 100.
anything.
I mean, people are moving for him in Dynasty, and you know that's to be expected. Overreactions to preseason. I think it's just more indicative that I think Pittsburgh's line is just going to be much better.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, we've talked about this pretty much on every show, how we're kind of bullish on Najee because of the moves they made in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
I guess JL Khan's making a prediction. He split first team reps with Najee in week 1, 50-50, or is he talking about preseason?
I'm assuming preseason. I don't think JL's negative on Najee here. I think he's trying to present the angle of maybe that there's an opportunity to buy low here on, or buy the dip. Maybe not buy low. Buy low is not fair. You have to spend money to get Najee, but maybe buy a dip here on Najee a little bit.
I mean, since last year, you're buying the dip on Najee because he dipped pretty low from obviously his rookie to his sophomore, to the end of his sophomore year. And I mean, I've bought Najee everywhere I could because of many reasons, what we just said. So let's see. Let's get back to a little Jonathan Taylor action. And in redraft, Jonathan Taylor, or we already covered Tony Pollard, or let's move positions. Chris Olave.
It would come down to format. If I'm starting 3 wide receivers, I'll probably want to grab Olave there over Taylor. If it's 2 wide receivers, 2 RBs, and then like two or 3 flexes, I probably more of a coin flip there. It's really hard to pass on Olave, given that, you know, stable situation, probable number 1 receiver target share. Derek Carr is an upgrade on Andy Dalton, plays in a dome. They have a really weak schedule. It's hard to imagine that I'm going Taylor over Olave in any format right now.
What about Jonathan Taylor or Travis Etienne?
That's where I think it gets fun. That's definitely a tough pick. I probably would shoot for the upside with Jonathan Taylor there. Etienne's kind of like the Najee kind of running back tier, where it's like people like to say they like him, but when it's time to like trade for them, they want to lowball you. They don't want to pay his expected point total. They don't want to pay the price that it takes to get a running back with his expected point total. And like like JL mentioned with Warren, I mean, Tank Bigsby is kind of the same thing for ETN here, where it's like, you know, it's all hype for Tank Bigsby. It's nearly wheels up.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with it. I still think ETN's going to be the guy there. And people just need to understand where it's like, just because, you know, the guy behind him's doing great, that doesn't mean you just throw the baby out with the bathwater. 95% of teams run 95% of teams are going to run committees.
Yeah, and look, it comes down to 3 down backs and then goal line backs, right? You know, having a successful goal line back, a real bulldozer in the backfield that you can throw in on even on a 3rd and 1, or at at the goal line, within 5 yards. I mean, I think that's where Tank Bigsby comes into play, and I think that's what they're lacking, honestly, in Dallas. And I think it may present a little bit of an issue going forward if they don't sign like a Leonard Fournette. I think you've talked about how the Cowboys could sign Fournette towards the beginning of the season just for that role.
Sure. I mean, he kind of makes sense there just because, Malik Davis. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that, he's going to be the second guy there. I don't even know if Fournette's going to play, man. He might just be waiting and doing a LeGarrette Blount here and seeing who's in the playoff race come like week 9, week 10. I don't, if he had some like posts right now where he's like a shredded 230, 235, okay, but something tells me he might be Fat Lenny right now.
And of course, we say Tank Bigsby 2 times. We should have said it a third, and Flojo appears because he's the ultimate hype beast for Tank Bigsby.
It's just a great running back, Dave. And shout out Flo. He's the president of the Tank Bigsby fan club.
He really is.
Like for what it's worth, I mean, it's fine, but I think Bigsby's probably going to end up like Alex Madison of years past.
Like Alexander Madison?
Yeah, where like everybody's like, oh, it's going to be him. It's going to be him. It's going to be him. And it's just like, it just never really happened. I mean, it happened now, but I mean, Jesus, in Dynasty, you're waiting, 3 years to cash in that ticket? That's a little long. You could have spent that pick on points now.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting though when you talk about ETN, it's like, what's really the difference between him and Pollard?
There's about 4 years older.
There's about a 2-round gap between the two, and they're kind of similar-ish players on the field. I think ETN's a little bigger. But it's just like they kind of are kind of the same guy where, we will like them for their pass game chops, and both can spring big plays out of the run game. I think people get a little out of whack on those.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Pollard is a couple inches bigger and but also a couple pounds lighter, where ETN is 5. So Pollard is 6 foot 209, and ETN is 5'10", 215. So that could prove to sustainability over anything, right? Because from both these running backs, we're looking for sustainability, but neither have proven to be able to sustain a full workload. Especially, I mean, it's unfortunate that ETN had never really had a full season in his rookie year, or didn't have a season in his rookie year. So like last year,
he had the Liz Frank.
What? Yeah, I know. He was injured all his rookie year. But yeah, I mean, being efficient in the reps that they get, and the opportunity is going to be key for both of them, in my opinion, because they're honestly on both teams, there are a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, I mean, after they traded James Robinson, ETN averaged about 80% of the snaps. The Houston game, I think they blew them out, so that doesn't really matter. And then Tennessee, they were not sure what happened in the Tennessee game. Were they resting guys already? Did it not matter? I don't remember.
Yeah.
But you look at what they did in the playoffs there. You got 86% against the Chargers, and then the Chiefs game they were kind of throwing to keep up. I think he got hurt in that game, if I remember correctly. And then you look at Tony Pollard. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think Pollard's going to come out here and get this like 90% snap share that would produce the boost with, the efficiency. Efficiency is nearly useless in fantasy for me, at least. I want opportunities, and I just don't see Pollard more than a 60-65% running back.
Flo is saying if ETN was good, how broke Achilles J-Rob get that much run? ETN is mid. No, do you remember they
coming off of Liz Frank? Yeah, they got rid of him. That's literally what happened. Great logic.
But I mean, Etienne is someone that that has tremendous upside, and I think his floor is better than Pollard, in my opinion.
I think the floor is better, but yeah, Pollard, probably has the better O line. Doesn't have Tank Bigsby. So yeah. JL's kind of, yeah, I agree with JL. They have different styles, but in the end, I think, it's pretty similar production wise between the two. You're hoping one of those runs gets sprung for 40, 50 yards.
Flo's wondering CMC over JJ in standard.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I think Jefferson has an easier path to producing more yards. If you think CMC is going to come within 200-ish yards of Jefferson, then you could probably say he has more touchdown opportunities, but that even feels like a stretch to me. I'd rather play it safe.
Oh shit. We got big nipples in the house. Jared's here.
Big nipples.
I don't know. He said bitches, so I don't know.
I thought that was a playoff of his sleeper name, Jared Big Ocean.
Oh, actually, that was good. I didn't even think about the see. I'm just going off the dome. You know what I'm saying? And if you're coming back or here for the first time, smash that like, smash that subscribe. It goes further than you think. And if you haven't downloaded Sleeper or played any prop bets, use the code SHOTCALLERS to double your purchase up to $100. And if you'd like talking some smack or winning some trophies, go order some on Trophy Smack. Click the link in our Instagram and you get 15% off.
So, we're talking about, broke Achilles, James Robinson's Achilles, and why didn't Etienne get more run? With broke down chubby Zeke into the backfield, Tony Pollard got, guess how many times he got over an 80% snap share with the Cowboys last year?
With Zeke in the lineup?
For the entire season.
Once.
That's right. One game over 87%, which I'm guessing Zeke was just out. His next highest snap share is 65%. I'm really struggling to see where it's going to be more than that. Granted, he produces points. I don't want this to come. I like Tony Pollard. He's a fun guy to watch. I think he's a good player. I just don't believe that running backs are just going to start getting high enough snap shares to outproduce their ADP. So if they use him like Kamara and he's getting, 8 catches out of the backfield per game, then, it doesn't matter if he plays 55% of the snaps. Doesn't fucking matter. But I'm here to tell you, especially on tape, and I think JL would agree with me here being a Cowboys fan, Tony Pollard is pretty woeful in pass protection. He ain't out there. The guy was a receiver in college. He's not out there to pick up 270-pound beasts coming off the edge.
And that's a big reason why Zeke was out there so much. Because he's one of the best in the league.
Yeah, that limits his play time. You don't get fantasy stats for pass protection, but it does limit your opportunities because you can't be out there. Jesus, are they going to catch this guy or not?
What, helicopter?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even hear it. That's good.
Oh, nice. Let me know if
that's
you guys
what you've been looking at the whole time.
Yeah, I'm just like, are they going to catch this guy? Like,
it's okay. The paletero man is honking his horn out here. Can you hear that?
No, not really. It's like it's getting closer and closer. I'm just like, fuck.
JT, we need you to come in for questioning on your eat shit and die. This is Officer blah blah blah. I submitted a trade to you in a random league.
Maybe they saw my rant on Instagram, saying if you want fantasy advice, you gotta come follow our pages.
Bitches.
I would respect them if they yelled out a fantasy question from the helicopter.
You should yell to them. Hey, you got any shit for us?
hey, would you take JT or Pollard? Get the fuck on the ground. I'd be like, oh, fuck.
So
All
you're
right.
saying JT.
All right. My bad.
All right. So let's move on to we'll keep it in the running backs, and let's do a little bit running back king of the hill. We're covering every position for every division and talking about who is the best in every division from a fantasy and or NFL standpoint. And I'd say let's talk about.
Let's go AFC East. That's the spiciest one. Let's go AFC East. It's a tough one.
I mean, it's really just one team.
Which backfield do you believe in? What do you mean it's one team?
Yeah.
Are you going to say the Jets?
Yeah, they have the best running backs in the division. Come on, bro. Think about it. So Buffalo's got James Cook and Damian Harris, right? You know, Ramondre is the only
there's
one.
There's some James Cook truthers out here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good for them. But like, you know, I'm not fully against James Cook at all. But like, I mean,
Josh Allen's the best running back in
Josh. Yeah.
Josh Allen's the best running back.
And then so you got Ramondre or
Zeke,
right? And then you've got Mostert, Wilson, and A-Chain. And then you got Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. I mean, I don't see how it's a competition. Like Breece Hall is the best running back in the AFC East.
I mean, I don't think that's crazy, but we're talking about this year redraft. Is Breece going to be full go week 1? I've been of the opinion that I thought he would be, considering he's running like 23 miles per hour in fucking March. I'm a huge Breece guy. You know, I think he's woefully underrated right now, but there's a reason they signed Dalvin Cook. It's a 2-back system. It's hard for me to think that, you know, Dalvin's going to come out in the red zone at, you know, automatically for Breece. Overall, yeah, I think the Jets have the best running backs, but I think it's truly a toss-up. I think any of the 4 teams could finish at the top of that. In respect to their division, I think they could finish at the top.
Even the Dolphins?
I mean, I love Mike McDaniels as a play caller, man. And they have to protect Tua there. I think Taron Armstead's already kind of hurt. So combining, you know, Tua's jiu-jitsu moves with less pass attempts probably keeps him upright for 17. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I if you want to eliminate Miami, I would say okay. I'd probably eliminate Buffalo first. I would go Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, because I think I mean I'm just not buying James Cook.
I'd agree with that. Let's go to the NFC South.
I mean, Bijan's at the top. There's not much more to talk about there. Bijan, and then even if he gets hurt, Algier is probably the best handcuff. The Saints get interesting.
Yeah.
They kind of have
at week 4.
They have like a mishmash bet down there with, you know, Jamal Williams running between the tackles. I actually think that might help Kamara age a little bit better there. He doesn't have to get just. I think he's been miscast a little bit the last couple of years down there in New Orleans. He's kind of had some nagging injuries, dealing with some knee and ankle issues down there. I think this could free him up to kind of not exclusively, but be more of the back that we saw catching 81 passes. Obviously, that'll have to be prorated because he's going to be missing the first 3 games. I don't think Kendre Miller is going to be a factor this year, but next year, wheels up. That's someone that, like in Dynasty, I'm probably looking to buy around like the week 9, week 10 point where everybody's fucking forgot about him.
Yeah.
It's probably about the time.
Do you think that come week 4, Alvin Kamara starts to produce the value that DeAndre Hopkins produced last year? Just talking 2 different suspensions.
I don't know. I guess I hadn't really thought about it. It's certainly possible. Kind of hard to say apples to apples there. One of them lost their quarterback there. Kind of hard there with Nuke. I think Carr's better than a better passer than Kyler Murray. I think the Saints have a much easier schedule. So, yeah, you could see a boost like that. But overall, I think Kamara's situation is better than what Nuke came into last year.
And obviously, we got the Carolina Panthers with Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard.
I'm completely out on Miles Sanders. So,
and then Rashad White of the Bucks.
4th, even worse than Sanders.
Sick. I guess we can go to, let's see, let's just get another easy one out of the way, maybe. The NFC West.
I mean, it's McCaffrey.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, James Conner, Cam Akers.
And JT loves Cam Akers.
A lot of Zach Evans hype. I mean, I don't mind Cam Akers. I liked him better when, you could have bought him for nothing kind of in February, March. He kind of didn't have it. And then people started to realize, oh, shit, they really don't have anybody. They're going to have to run the ball. Connor, Akers, probably the same. I mean, you could flip-flop those. I don't give a shit.
All right. Let's go to, I mean, we already did a lot of talking, but I mean, I think this is a pretty good one, easy one too. The AFC North. Or not the AFC North. Oh, well, fuck it. I already said it.
All right, we can do the AFC North. It's fine.
The AFC North is actually a little tougher.
Well, I think it's Nick Chubb at the top.
Yeah.
Chubb's to me, the undisputed king there. It gets interesting with Najee versus Dobbins. I'm gonna go Najee there. I like, he's a little better built for me. I think the O-line's a little bit better, even though Baltimore almost always has a good O-line. I think they've kind of had some cracks in the armor lately. I don't think Ronnie Stanley's been the stalwart since he fucking had his knee ripped in half after he signed his extension. He got like folded like an accordion the day after he signed that extension. And then you got Mixon. Wow, I have Mixon last.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I'm just so
AFC
out on Mixon.
No,
I think he's this year's Zeke. I think he's this year's Zeke, where like you're hoping he falls into the end zone.
The AFC North, I think, has probably one of the best combination of skill players for fantasy, like from all 4 teams, that honestly you could ask for.
Where would you have Dobbins second?
You know how bullish I am on Dobbins this year. It's tough. It's honestly tough. I love, honestly, all fucking 4 of them.
Wow.
I mean, I like Joe Mixon's opportunity, right?
Sure.
Is through the roof. Okay. I mean, his opportunity is much better than Zeke's was last year because we saw Tony Pollard coming up.
Sure.
So I understand how, you think like hopefully he can just fall into the end zone. And a lot of it is because of last year's yards per carry. I think he averaged 3.5 or something like that. Like pretty damn bad. But at the same time, I mean, we've talked about they got Orlando Brown. They haven't fixed much other than that, but they got Orlando Brown, and I think that could help. Sure. And I think the fact that Samaje Perine isn't there anymore is huge. And Chase Brown this or Travion Williams or whatever. And Joe Mixon's upside to catch a felony is super high. I agree. Well, that case has pretty much already been dismissed, but that's all right.
AJ coming in hot.
So I got Chubb, JK, Najee, and then Mixon.
I feel like it's too disrespectful to put Mixon 4th there. I'm going to put Mixon 3rd over Dobbins.
Okay. All right.
What about his profile screams he's going to be healthy for 17 games?
Who, Dobbins?
Yeah, I mean, I just
don't. He only has to be healthy for 15.
It's really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard to stay healthy as a running back in the league. It's not J.K. Dobbins shade. It's really fucking hard.
And if you guys are looking for J.K. Dobbins understudy, aka handcuff, you'll be surprised to hear that it's probably not going to be Gus Edwards anymore. It's going to be Justice Hill because he fits with Todd Monken's system better, and Gus Edwards has not been taking the reps like Justice Hill has in the preseason.
Why do they do that? Why do they do that? All right. I don't know if I'm ready to jump on that. Justice has been served once today. I don't know if it's going to be served twice.
It's a pill cold served.
All right.
Anyways,
where are we at now? NFC North?
Yeah, let's do the NFC North. Alexander Mattison, number 1.
Nope. I feel like Aaron Jones has become the forgotten guy there.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be forgotten no more. He's the best skill player that the Packers have.
Yes.
He's light years ahead of any receiver that they have, and I think he's a better running back than AJ Dillon as well.
I mean, yeah, but AJ Dillon's thighs, bro.
Well, what happened to Mike Davis?
He's got the thighs, bro. Didn't Mike Davis just try out for somebody?
I think so.
Yeah. SRC 20. What up?
Yo. So who you got? NFC North. Who's your number 1?
Khalil Herbert.
Justin Fields. All right, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, Justin Fields is the best running back in the North. Yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron Jones. I think they're gonna have to run the ball. I think there's gonna be some check downs baked in there.
You like Aaron Jones in fantasy this year over Jahmyr Gibbs?
I like the Lions' backfield as a whole better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going Gibbs. Gibbs 1, Jones 2nd, Khalil Herbert 3, and Alexander Mattison 4. I've talked about this ad nauseum with Jared.
Ad nauseum?
Where we're just like, he doesn't look that great. Like, even when he gets the ball, it's just like, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I'd have to go Jahmyr Gibbs as well at number 1. I then, I agree with you on the Alexander Mattison at 4 because Kevin O'Connell's system, Justin Jefferson is the dude there. Even with Jordan Addison's concussion, whatever that may be.
KJ Osborne, baby.
Yeah, I've been talking the shit out of KJ Osborne about 3 years now. Prove me right, mister. Please. And then I got Aaron. I think we're the same. I got Aaron Jones 2nd.
Yeah, I think he's kind of the forgotten. But it's like, do you ever feel good in redraft where it's like you're on the board, all the running backs in the second tier went off, and you're staring at Aaron Jones, and you're like, all right, I guess.
Sometimes those all right, I guess, win you championships. Remember Jamar Chase?
It's true. All right, I guess.
Jamar Chase was like the ultimate, oh, yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, I fucking guess.
Really? I don't know. I was pretty high on Chase coming out.
Dude.
I was pretty high on him.
Dude. I mean, pretty much anyone that drafted Jamar Chase was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you can't catch the ball in the preseason.
That's
Jalen Tolbert, bro. That's a guy.
What about Jalen Tolbert?
What about him? He's
N'Keal Harry.
N'Keal Harry. 101 in rookie fantasy drafts.
And speaking of first round wide receivers, Corey Davis retired from the NFL today. So that's another Jets wide receiver that is down Alan Lazard is injured, and McCole Hardman or Randall Cobb is our number 2 wide receiver now.
Jesus fucking Christ. Javonte.
Come hither. I mean, so if he retires, that clears up some cap space, right?
I don't know. Retiring, I'm not privy to how that affects the cap. I'm sure AJ or JL knows off the top of their head. From my understanding, I think there's still going to be some kind of cap hit, though. So I don't know if it could be the worst case scenario for the Jets, to be completely honest with you. Although from what I remember about Corey Davis's deal, he had like 11.5 or like 11.5 or 12 mil remaining, and it was like none of it was guaranteed. So I don't know if that affects it. I don't know if that opens up some monies. But essentially what it feels like is that we traded Corey Davis and got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Which probably a win. Another wide receiver that was at the top of rookie drafts when he came out. Corey Davis
that's how it started this.
going over the likes of Christian McCaffrey and Leonard Fournette.
Ooh.
All those people quit Dynasty that year, right? They just were like, fuck this.
Yeah, pretty much. AFC West. This is CEH. This is his year.
It's Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. It's Eckler, then Jacobs. Eckler, Jacobs, and then
Javonte.
Samaje Perine.
Javonte's cleared to play week 1. He was playing the preseason.
That doesn't really mean much. Or he could be cleared. He could be cleared and then plays 30% of the snaps. Broncos or Chiefs. I can't put the Broncos over the Chiefs in anything, so I'll go Pacheco and company over Javonte and company.
All right. I think NFC East is pretty easy. Saquon.
Yeah.
And then
what? And then Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard. And then honestly, I'm gonna say,
if you say DeAndre Swift.
No, I'm gonna say Antonio
Rashad
Gibson.
Penny.
Antonio Gibson.
What?
Yeah.
Have we not learned our lessons with Antonio
Gibson? I need one more year of lashing. I need one more year of whipping and lashing.
Have we not learned our lessons with Antonio Gibson?
He's the next Tony Pollard.
Get the fuck out. I mean, all right.
See how I've dumbed it down from people saying he was the next CMC to Tony Pollard? Because
as soon as he said that, as soon as Ron Rivera said that, I was like, oh, this guy's fucked. This guy's fucked.
Truly, it's like comparing an NBA player to LeBron James.
He's still a dynasty success story. I can definitely name some people in the chat who have definitely seen Antonio Gibson go in the 5th round of rookie drafts, and he was the lottery ticket that hit. He went from in one off season, going from it starting the off season as a rookie 5th round pick to being a 5th round startup pick by the end of that offseason. People were all over him. You got him legitimately for free. And then you hopefully sold high. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you sold high for 3 first round picks at one point.
That would have been the ultimate what's in the box.
Yeah. I'm still taking what's in the box for him.
To this day.
Although, hold on, I got to pull up this trade. I feel great about this trade now. And it involves me sending away Cam Akers. Where is it? I forgot. Dude, you don't want to see how many leagues I'm in.
I'm sure you've doubled what I'm in, but I'm in 13.
I actually haven't really drafted. I've tried to I'm trying to wait a little bit just to see the final cuts. Okay, so it's probably my best trade of the offseason. I sent away Cam Akers and Cedric Tillman for Antonio Gibson and Quentin Johnston.
Okay.
Feels good. Feels good, man.
Yeah, nice. That's your best one?
This offseason? I mean, unless you want to count the one.
No, I'm not counting that one.
I mean,
or the other one.
We're going to send Jared into a rage right now. He's going to break his key.
No, you know, I mean, it's kind of like
I'm going to lose that trade with Amber, by the way. It's not looking good right now.
What do you mean? Terry McLaurin's done.
No, he's just got a toe injury.
Turf toe.
He's fine. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
But anyways, let's see.
Oh, is Wandale back?
I don't think so. I just checked today. Let's see. Do we have any more? We covered all the comments, right?
Wah.
No,
we didn't do the AFC South.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, is the king still the king?
You do it. You go first.
Me?
You.
Pick me. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today.
Yeah, if I did that, Amber would say the sound isn't great anymore. Hey, Takarusi.
Hey, you're gonna have to tone that down a little bit there, okay, JT?
Yeah.
So I mean, King Henry is number one.
I'm really trying to figure out who SRC20 is. I want to know who you are.
And reveal yourself.
Reveal yourself.
And then let's see. ETN at number 2.
Are you sure? Because Flojo's going to come back and yell tank.
Instead of ETN?
No. It's definitely going to be ETN. Maybe
what's
next
up,
year.
Satchel?
You're
ETN. So King Henry, ETN.
Are you trying to remember who's in the South?
Yes. I'm fried, bro. I'm fucking fried like some eggs that have no yolk.
Indy, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm gonna go King Henry, JT, ETN, and then
Dameon Pierce. You put Dameon Pierce fourth.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. Come on. What do you think this is? Dameon Pierce is about to lose his job to Devin Singletary.
That's actually if we were to get in a time machine, go back to fucking March and be like, hey, it's redraft and you got to decide whether to take Jonathan Taylor or Dameon Pierce. What kind of odds would I get on that? I'd be laughed at.
Odds are being punched in the face rise extremely.
Yeah. See our subs just go out the window.
And speaking of subs, smash that like and smash that subscribe for all your fantasy football needs all the time. You got any? Let's see.
So, which is the best division? Which division would you take?
I think it's between the AFC South and the AFC North.
Yeah, I'm taking the North.
Me too.
Yeah. House of Stark, baby.
Alrighty.
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
No, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?
Give me the gun.
What's in the Box is a trade segment where we talk about players that you may want to trade for the bag because we're wondering what's in the box for these players coming forward. So, I mean, we've covered so many players already for this, but, honestly, I think if I'm getting offered the bag, I'm going to take the bag for Tony P.
Wow. That was one of our hot buys earlier in the offseason.
Yeah.
So now you think the market's caught up?
I think the market is caught up significantly, and people are sleeping that they're not going to roll with Malik Davis and Rojo. Like, they're going to sign someone else.
Do I get a
what?
Do I get a little windy?
A what?
Yeah.
Why, you like that or something?
I said it in, was it May or June, where I was like, Tony Pollard's going to be close to a first round redraft pick. And now he's pretty close. He's pretty close. He's getting there.
I mean, I think honestly he's dropped a little bit, tiny bit.
Oh, here comes Amber. she did some deep diving after we said
his Amber searched Terry McLaurin's feet pics and found out that his toe is turfed, but fine.
Indeed. Okay. Don't upset her during her birthday week.
Her birthday week starts on her birthday.
Oh, well.
And she, so did you see the randomized draft?
No.
In the Friends League? Guess who's number one?
Is it going to upset me?
No.
Ah, get the fuck out of here. This is rigged. Rigged.
Well, you're number two. I don't know what you're talking about. Same pick as last year.
You're going to jail like Giuliani.
I'll see him there. So who you got? Who's in the box for you? Who's out of the box?
I can't give away anything else. I can't give away anything. You people.
Don't make me play the fucking video again. I will.
Do it. You want.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Give me the gun, JT. Give me the gun. Are you going to take the bag? Who are you taking the bag for?
Strictly redraft. Fuck. I don't know. I have buys more than I have sells. I think people are sleeping on AJ Brown for whatever reason.
Why wouldn't you be sleeping on AJ Brown?
Why? Because Javonte's wide receiver 1 in town.
I mean, according to you, yeah.
I'm taking the box for Darren Waller.
That's a good one. His hype is at an all-time high right now. Yeah, even the mainstream media is talking about him. They never do that.
This is going crazy. Like, he's beating up on future grocery store clerks in the preseason, and we're like losing our minds.
No.
Everybody goes crazy.
Want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah. By looking at Darren Waller's physical. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just think it's just in general, I just think there's other tight ends. Like, I'd rather have Evan Ingram than Darren Waller at cost.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're telling me I could trade Evan Ingram straight up for Darren Waller, yeah, I'm going to take that chance. But if I have to spend what we did in the last mock, I spent the 6th rounder on Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I'd much rather have Ingram in the 9th.
Yeah, in one QB, Darren Waller's going 4th, 5th round, right?
Ew.
And then Evan Ingram is going between anywhere from 8 to 11. It's kind of all up in the air.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you take him in the 4th, 5th round, he has to. There's no room for upside for me there. He has to put up 80 catches, 1,200 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Because if he doesn't do that, then you lost on that pick. So I just like, yeah, if Waller's on if everybody, if you're drafting with a league full of me's and Darren Waller's on the board in the 8th round, yeah, have at it. I'll take a flyer there. But just seeing where his hype is, I'm probably selling Waller there.
That New York Giants tight end room is the only tight end room that in the whole NFL that you should handcuff. If you draft Darren Waller, you have to draft Daniel Bellinger.
I'll go. I'm probably taking. I don't know if we have any white supremacists watching the show, but I'm probably taking feelers on CMC and Cooper Kupp. And I love both guys. I love them.
I thought you were gonna drop like a white cornerback thing or something like that.
No, I coach those. I
Joe
really
Cohen saying
do.
Waller was a good pick 2 months ago in late round 6, 7, 8. Not anymore.
No, he's not. I'm definitely, if I could get, 2 flexes for him, happily taking him.
Mhm.
But I'm probably a little bit out on CMC. Just I liked him better as a back half first round pick, but now that he's in contention for 101, 102, 103, it just gets a little dicey for me, and I can really see San Francisco running away with that division and just their defense absolutely blowtorching teams, and them just saying, "Why are we going to risk him? We're playing for the postseason." So, that being said, I mean, if he hits, CMC's an absolute game changer. He's a week winner. Cooper Kupp, I'm a little scared about the hamstring. I think he's more of a buy come week 3, week 4 when he's fully recovered and getting all the targets that he could possibly have. I mean, if anyone wants to give me anything for Jalen Warren, just to bring it full circle there. I probably sell Mostert. There should be a little hype on him right now.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with that, JL, and I might even go as far as to say I think Tyreek might end up as wide receiver 1 this year. I think people really have just anointed Justin Jefferson, and of course in Dynasty, it's definitely him. But in redraft, would it surprise you if Tyreek outscored J-Jeff this year?
No, not at all. And the thing about first overall picks is they usually don't repeat.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Hey man, I'm just speaking facts here.
Any Robbie Chosen love?
Robbie Chosen?
Well,
I can't even keep track of where he chose to play.
Is there an explanation for it? I mean, I just haven't really kept up with it.
And he identifies as Chosen Anderson, no more Robbie.
It says Robbie Chosen right here.
What?
Yeah, it says Robbie Chosen
on Sleeper.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it says Robbie. I'm looking at it. It's Robbie Chosen.
So
what is he? A one-word actor?
No, Chosen Anderson. That's 2 words.
No, it's not Anderson. It says Robbie Chosen.
Wait, Robbie Chosen is 1 word?
No, it says It says first name Robbie, last name Chosen.
Oh, it's not Chosen. I thought it was Chosen Anderson.
All right, maybe Sleeper's wrong. They're not like perfect. It says Robbie Chosen. I have him stashed almost everywhere, so. Oh, fuck. Should have taken what's in the box.
Yeah,
after
bro.
yesterday.
Come on. Look.
Yeah, that's Google.
Yeah. It's
Fight
Chosen
me.
Anderson. But
Fight
it says
me.
Robbie Chosen, and this is so fucking confusing. Why can't they just get it right? Come on, DMV. DMV is the worst.
Should have. JL has it right. Either one is stupid. I mean, ultimate he's a what's in the box Hall of Famer after his first year in Carolina. Should have sold.
He really is. All right, let's get into our last segment, the funniest segment, maybe the best segment.
Oh God, I'm gonna have diarrhea again. It's okay. Ma'am, bathroom, bathroom, bathroom.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Are you a big boy, isn't he?
Proud of you. Really quick before we jump into it, I think I'm softly, quietly trying to send out feelers on Javonte Adams.
Why wouldn't you?
Just like quiet. No. Trying to trade, like offload him. Like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know. I
man.
understood. Hey.
Like, hey, man.
Hey.
Just between me and you.
How you doing?
You want Javonte Adams?
How you doing?
Take him. Take him.
Take that from me.
Eat shit and die.
I think I have one. This may be more of a crack kills, but I think it's an eat shit and die. But I didn't tell the person to eat shit and die. We're actually in trade talks right now. let's
You know what?
see.
I got the first eat shit and die.
Okay, go for it.
The first eat shit and die is one, starting off the conversation with, what do you want for Tony Pollard? I don't know.
What
And then the follow-up is send an offer. Go fuck yourself. You can eat shit and die.
What if someone asks you what is your value of Tony Pollard?
Do I have him on my team?
Yeah. Someone's trying to
No,
trade.
I'm saying, is someone asking me what do I value Tony Pollard?
Yeah, yeah.
I have him on my team. Are we just out of a startup, or are we? There's just too many factors here. As a blanket question, what is it? I'm assuming if I'm trading away Tony Pollard, I am either rebuilding or you're asking me to start a rebuild. I would need a mid one next year with a high second.
Okay. Just put it into context. The person that asked you, what do you want for Tony Pollard? What if that person said
2 starters?
Okay, so you wouldn't have told them to eat shit and die.
I want 2 starters.
So what I'm trying to get at is if you change the narrative to from what do you want to how do you value, would you have a different response?
Probably not.
All right, eat shit and die. Anyways, moving on.
I would say send an offer. I think it's so much easier when you send an offer. Like I had a back and forth with someone. I QB hoarded in this league. So they were like, what do you want for one of your QBs?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's easier to send an offer and we go from there. He offered me Darren Waller for Geno Smith. I think that's spot on. There is tight end premium, but when you QB hoard, I don't think you're really trying to add a tight end. Waller would clearly be an upgrade. I think I have Dolchich and someone else in the league. Mm-hmm. But it's just kind of like one of those things. After you QB hoard, you're looking for like a running back or a wide receiver starter. You're not really looking for a tight end. But I think Waller and Geno, that's in a dynasty form, superflex format. That's pretty spot on. And then I just explained to him, I'm not really looking to upgrade my tight end spot right now. It's just kind of bad process. I want to know what my record is in week 8 before I'm like, yeah, I want a tight end. So that's one of my offers. I think that's fairly fair. But what I like better about these kind of negotiations is that we cut straight through the bullshit. It was quickly identified, like, hey, I understand why you're offering that because you have like 5 tight ends. I'm not sending a quarterback for a tight end at this juncture in the season.
Yeah. And when you're trading, also, when you're sending out trade offers, like you got to look at the other person's team and realize that you may not want to add a second wide receiver that you're trying to trade them that's on the same team, because that is just, a little selfish. You're just on the one side of the tracks.
Yeah.
So going to mine, I think I'm going to have you rank this, but I think it's more of a crack kills. David Montgomery for a 24 first.
You get the 24 first?
No.
Oh, no. The fuck? Why am I going to send a 24 first for a backup running back?
Yeah. But I was able to flip it, and now Drake London's in the conversation. J.K. Dobbins is in the conversation. And so...
Drake London?
Yeah.
Ooh. Talk to me nice.
And so he's like...
I probably take that gamble. I don't even know if you're contending or rebuilding, but I probably take that. Probably take that gamble on Drake London.
Yeah, no, I'm contending. Like I won. This is the league I won last year.
Oh yeah, if he's gonna give you Drake London for your first round pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, send it quickly. Do it right now.
Right now.
Right now. JL disagrees. He says Geno over Waller by about a second and third. Thank you. I thought I did okay too. do it. We're doing live trades right now.
Live.
Find out next time on Fantasy Shot Callers. Will Ben get Drake London for a rookie first? Will he ever take his shirt off during a live podcast?
Maybe.
Will the Yankees ever have a winning season again?
Probably not. But Aaron Judge will have 3 home runs in one game, including a grand slam.
There was the graphic of the last time the Yankees had a losing season. Dog, fucking Michael Jordan was in college.
Yeah.
No. That's not right. Fuck that. That's not right.
All right, we got a trade in that has to do with football and not baseball or basketball.
Instagram played me.
Lady Shot Caller said, I received a trade for Watson, Love. Okay. Brian Robinson, right? Not Bijan.
It's not Bijan. It's not Bijan.
Mims to get Gino, Mixon, Kirk, Claypool, Pierre Strong, and a 24th third.
Oh, it's 1 QB too. That's the key point here.
Is it Christian Watson or?
Yeah, it's Christian Watson. It's Christian Watson. Yeah, it's Christian Watson, but it's 1 QB here. And I think that's the key setting here where
well, and you have to ask yourself, are you contending this year? Do you think you can contend this year? Because if you think you can contend this year, I'd probably
so in Dynasty, 1 QB, you can cross off Geno, you can cross off Love. I don't think either of them are likely to have QB1 seasons in the next 3 years. So you could just kind of cross both of those off. Then it becomes Mixon, Kirk for Christian Watson and Brian Robinson. And I don't, as much as like I'm a fade on Joe Mixon. In 1 QB, his value is certainly enhanced. And I think I would not be shocked if Christian Kirk outpointed Christian Watson this year.
Too.
I mean, he outpointed him last year. So
what if you can like
so
drop...
breaking that down, you're sending Claypool, Pierre Strong, and a third for Marvin Mims.
And Love is her QB3.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, personally, honestly, I'd see if you can drop the Mims and Claypool aspect of it.
No, she gets Mims. I don't think she should give up anything.
Oh, wait.
She's sending out Geno, Mixon,
Kirk,
Claypool, Pierre Strong, and a 24 third, receiving Christian Watson, Jordan Love, Brian Robinson, and Marvin Mims.
Oh, shit. I read that wrong. No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no. I don't even know if I would do it in Superflex, to be completely honest with you. So no. Yeah, no. That's just I don't know if that's close to a crack kills, but probably not. I don't think there's Amari, I'm assuming Cooper, and Irv Smith, or Roshan, Nico, a third and a fourth. 12. I mean, I'm probably smashing Amari Cooper there.
Yeah. The others are.
I mean, I get it. There's some Roshan truthers, and like, I definitely can see.
No, she gets Dino.
Oh shit!
I did read that right.
Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry.
Oh, I received a trade for Watson Love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reading, not our strong suit. They're still trying to get this guy.
It's not impeding the show. It's just my hearing and concentration.
Yeah, it's just a little fucking annoying.
It's not about the 6 White Claws I just chugged before this show. What?
6? Dude, I'd be passed out.
I don't know, bro. They came out with White Claws, after.
Oh. Missed out.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. So there's no way. So I would see if you can.
Yeah, I'm taking this deal. Then. I'm smashing. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Moving on.
Yeah, I'd probably
Basically that trade to me is just really Mixon and Kirk for. I get Joe Mixon, I get Christian Kirk for Christian Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You got any more
I
eat
do
shit and
that.
dies, or can we end it on a good note here?
Oh shit, Aaron Judge smoked Mackenzie Gore. Damn.
All right, well, that brings us to another finish of Fantasy Shot Callers Live. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and come back next week, same time. And next week, we will be having, I know we said it last week, but next week, for sure, we will be having Fantasy Flojo and Rob from Fantasy Football State of Mind for the mega mock draft to get you ready for your mock drafts. No timer, so we can analyze and give you the best advice. So come back next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Superflex Sundays is on this Sunday, same time, same place. You know what to do. And then Fantasy Football Safe Space is helping you win leagues and has a shoulder to cry on, and is going to be 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Mondays going forward. So, and look out for Between Your Ears podcast featuring a man, JT, who's in the house. And, thank you all so much for coming out today. And it's been a blast as always. So
I have a PSA.
Yes.
I am very scared of the world that I live in right now because I have more faith in the Jets than I do the Yankees.
All right. What did they sacrifice? Everything. So y'all know what it is. Fantasy is like code shot callers on Sleeper to double your deposit, and hit the link in the Instagram for all your Trophy Smack needs to get 15% off. Love y'all. Keep coming back, and we'll see you next week or on Sunday. Peace.